Hello everybody, this is Jamie Hampton, your vocal coach, coming at you with another vocal tip. So I recently started singing in a Christmas choir that my husband directs at church. And singing last night, there are things that I instinctively do that I've learned because I've been singing in choir since I was 10 years old. And I've learned, and I remember, and I hear other people around me that aren't necessarily doing these things, and I thought, you know what, I want to do a video about this because I think it would be good to educate people so that they can kind of understand how singing solo and singing in choir can be different and beneficial in a lot of ways when it comes to phrasing and breath control. So obviously when you are singing by yourself, then you are very exposed. Everyone hears your breaths every single time that you take a breath, and your phrasing and such is very exposed. Like I said, you can definitely hear what's going on. When you're singing in a choir though, and you're singing in a group of people, then you can do something called stagger breathing. So stagger breathing basically means that you are not taking a breath when your neighbor on either side of you is taking a breath. Now, I'm not saying that it's one continuous wall of sound all the time. There are choir breaths or spots where your director will probably want you to breathe collectively for phrasing issues, and obviously when there's an instrumental part, you're having to take a breath, you're waiting, right, for your part to come back in. But one thing to really remember is when you are stagger breathing and you need a catch breath because you're running out of air before the end of the phrase, do not put the consonants on. That is especially when it's like an S sound, it could be a C, but it's an S sound, or even a T or a D. Sometimes people tend to do that. So for example, if we're all singing Amazing Grace, this is just an example. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound is the phrase, right? I think most of us know that song, that hymn. But let's say I'm running out of air. I didn't take enough breath maybe at the beginning of the phrase, or maybe for whatever reason, there's something else going on before that and we're actually singing oohs or ahs or something like that. So if we're doing this, if this is what happens to you, amazing grace, how sweet, and you need to breathe. So what I want you to think about is this. Don't put on that S sound. It'll sound like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Now I still put that S sound on because I elided it with how sweet, with the word how. So it became how. So you see though that for the audience and for the choir director, it is now, if you can sneak that breath in there, then it doesn't break up, because sometimes it will start sounding like amazing grace, how sweet, because if a lot of people are having to take breaths and putting on that S sound consonant, then it will break up the line, and all of a sudden you're going to have a whole choir of snakes or something with that sound. So that's one example of stagger breathing and how you can become a better choir singer if you know how to do it and you know how to do it correctly. I hope this video served you, and if you find that it did, I hope that maybe you can pass it along to a couple friends that might benefit from it as well. And please remember to subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them below. You can find me at on Instagram, Facebook, and also on Snapchat. @Jamie Hampton is my handle, and that's in the description below. I hope you have a fantastic day.